Okay. So I think we're live now. So hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for joining us for today. So this is our second AUI Alumni Tech Talks, and this is a webinar basically organized by AUI Alumni Tech Talks. So if you're not really familiar with our concept, let me just introduce it real quick. So AUI Alumni Tech Talks is brought to you by the School of Science and Engineering at Al Akhawain University in collaboration with IEEE Women in Engineering and Arab Women in Computing. And our main goal basically is to allow you to meet AUI alumni who are leading successful careers in IT domains, just to allow them to share with you their expertise and talk about the newest topics in the domain. So AUI Alumni Tech Talks has a very active and very committed organizing committee. We have Ptisam Latashi, Huda Shakiri, and Rita Al-Alawi. Thank you very much for your efforts. Thank you for the time that you're investing in preparing and organizing all these webinars. It is really appreciated. And without any further ado, let me introduce you to our speaker for today. So after Dr. Kautar's interesting and very inspiring talk about AI, today we have with us Mr. Faycal Bellamine. Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Faycal. We know you are very busy, and we got you booked for this afternoon, so it is really, really appreciated. So Mr. Faycal is an AUI alumnus, and he is part of the very first cohort. So he graduated with a Bachelor of Science in General Engineering in 1999. And 5 years later, that is in 2004, he started his own business. And he launched a firm that's called B3J Technologies. And this is a company that's active in the domain of digital banking and mobile money. And it's been doing great since then. And they had some very interesting clients, namely Seyash Bank. I hope I'm right. And so Mr. Faycal is really, really well placed to talk about mobile money in Morocco. Mr. Faycal, thank you so much for being here. So before we start, let me just mention one thing. So Mr. Faycal would like to have his talk over 2 parts. So Mr. Faycal is going to talk for about, I think, 20 minutes or so. And then we are going to take questions and answers. We're going to take questions from the audience, and Mr. Faycal is going to answer. Then the second part of the talk, and then a second round of Q&A, because Mr. Faycal would like this talk to be very interactive and to interact with the audience. Mr. Faycal, thank you so much again for being here, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. I am the one who's thanking you. Hello. I'm very pleased to be with you today. It's really a great honor for me. It's an honor for me as an AUI alumnus, old one, by the way, as you said, cohort 99. At that time, I used to have my hair and my English was much better. And it's an honor for me also as an entrepreneur that believes that technology can make a better world, and that technology we are delivering at B3G is benefiting our communities toward a more inclusive and cashless economy. Well, as you said, my name is Faycal Bellamine. I am alumnus, cohort 99, co-founder of B3G. My domain of expertise is electronic payments and digital banking. So just quick presentation of B3G. We profit from that, for this moment. So B3G is software editor of turnkey solutions of digital banking, mobile money, bill payments gateway, and rapid digital enablement via low-code business process management. This is a long title, but we have tools that accelerate generation of applications and user experience just by configuring the tool. We are a team of more than 60 members. We are the provider of several big financial institutions in Morocco, and also we have clients outside Morocco. Let's say our flagship is CH Bank, which is the first digital bank in Morocco. it uses our technology to power its digital platform. Also, we are for CIH, it's on the digital banking side. For the mobile money and the wallet business, our flagship client is the Wafa Cash. We are the provider of Wafa Cash, which is the biggest money transfer and mobile money provider in Morocco and in the region. We estimate that our technology is powering around half of the active wallets in Morocco. Okay, and also we have been able to export our technology to countries like Libya, Brazil, and Dubai. I will try to move. I forgot to move on the presentation. So during our presentation, we do an introduction that I just made. We will go from the basics. So we'll describe the mobile money genesis. We'll talk about digital financial inclusion, because all these subjects is around digital, financial inclusion. We'll go deeper on the mobile money ecosystem and all its components and parts. At that time, I think we will need to have a Q&A session just to make this talk, this presentation more interactive. After the Q&A session, we'll go and check the M-Pesa use case, which is a mobile money provider in Kenya. I think everybody knows. And after that, we will talk about the Moroccan wallet use case and why it is different from the standard wallet that you can find in Africa. By the way, I was talking with Dr. Huda Shekiri last Wednesday just to test this platform, and I suddenly remembered one thing. That's the fact is that I will be presenting all these mobile money subjects. Well, for the AUI community that is hearing us, I will be presenting something that everybody knows in the AUI community, which is the cash wallet. The cash wallet that we used to use is a really good example of a mobile money ecosystem, but naturally in much more smaller scale. So let's go rediscover the cash wallet, and we'll start with the basics, as I said, with the mobile money genesis. Okay. So it's difficult for me to navigate on this PowerPoint. So for the mobile money genesis, there is the traditional payment instruments. Okay, when you want to use to transact with someone, a business, you have tools, instruments for payments. Okay, either naturally you have cash, okay, or if you are a banked citizen or you have an account, you will either can use a check, okay, you can use transfer from account to account, or you can use your card to pay or to retrieve cash from ATMs. So this is the standard payment instrument tools, okay? But these tools each tool has its advantages, but also its disadvantages. So for the cash, it's really not a secure solution. It might be a little bit secure if the amounts are small, but whenever the amount goes big, there's a matter of security. And if you are a merchant and you receive payments by cash, there is a cash management that is very risky that you need to handle. The card instrument is an expensive instrument because the infrastructure to put the card payment systems is really expensive, and the cost of the card-based transactions is really expensive. For example, still now in Morocco, when you go and try to buy something, you there are some merchants that either refuse to accept your card or just will ask you a different price if you are using your card, because he pays between 1% and 2% of the amount of the transaction. So it's an expensive tool. Okay, and it lacks the ATM network coverage. So sometimes you need money, you need cash, and you will not find your ATMs near you. And also, it has mainly in Africa limited acceptance, which means that not all the merchants will accept this card. For the third tool, which is the checkbook, the check it is an interesting tool, but it is very risky because you are not guaranteed to be paid. You don't know if the account has the money that's are written on the check. It's not instantaneous. So if you give me a check, I will not receive the money right now. And it needs to go to the branch to be able to get the money. Okay, so it is not very let's say user friendly. The last one, which is bank transfer, it has almost the same disadvantages, which are it's not instantaneous. Knowing that there is a project right now in Morocco, in the near future, in the next few years, we'll have some instantaneous transfers between bank accounts. And also it needs bank accounts on both sides. So you will not do transfers from the other parts needs to have an account to do the transfer. So these disadvantages, with the mobile penetration in the population, which is almost everyone has mobile. New payment instruments arose, which is the mobile. So we saw the rise of mobile money and mobile wallet as payment tools, where these standard payment tools were not sufficient. Okay, so the mobile money, everyone has mobile money, has mobile, so it's available everywhere at any time, and it is really a good replacement where the bank stops. Okay, so as a payment instrument, it is a secure one, simple to use, universal, which means everyone has one, and moreover, it's not only nowadays, even everyone has smartphones. So it's more in Africa. It's more like it's more than 50% use smartphone right now. It is available 24/7. Transactions are instantaneous and low cost. So this has all the ingredients to be a tool that will close the gap of the unbanked population that has difficulties to access a banking network, that has difficulties to access financial transactions. So this is how the mobile found its place, and specifically in the African markets, or let's say the developing or the emerging markets like Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. But the main leader is the African markets. So for African markets, where there is a really big part of the population which is unbanked, this digital tool will enable what we call digital financial inclusion. Okay, so by the end of the last decade, where the first really experiences of mobile money started to show. By the way, M-Pesa started on 2007. The situation, as you see in this slide, okay, which shows us the percentage of banked population and in comparison how the percentage of the people that has a mobile on their hand. Okay, so for example, if you take Kenya, so this statistics are for like 2008, 2009. 10% of banked population, okay, but more than 70% of people has mobile phone. So you can imagine how quickly you can target new population, new underbanked or non-banked population with financial services as soon as you will use the mobile as payment tool. And the experience has proven it. So in Kenya, in Africa, okay, in 2012, there was only 25% of the population financially included. And when I say financially included, which means that either they have bank accounts or they have mobile money accounts. So, and by 2018, more than 40%, exactly 43%, were financially included, and mainly because of the rise of the mobile money. Mobile money can also play a role in fragile economies. Okay, and here we see a graphic from the World Bank, dating on 2017, where you can see that fragile. This is an example of countries having fragile economies. The maximum of them have like 25% of population which is banked. Okay, and I see here Myanmar or Togo, and the mobile money help and is helping these countries include more people in the financial ecosystem and being able to transact and operate in the society freely. So the digital financial inclusion is the use and promotion of digital financial services to advance financial inclusion. This financial inclusion, it's really important for developing countries. To financial inclusion is important economic policy objective for many developing countries, and due to all the advantages that this new instrument, mobile money, holds great promise as policy instrument for promoting financial inclusion. It provides practical and cost-effective channel to extend basic banking services to many currently unbanked population in urban as well as in rural areas. You can imagine that somebody which is in the countryside on the rural area who has his child working on a big city and wants to send him money, and he needs to travel to get the money, or he needs to travel to buy some basic needs. So this mobile money will help include this population in the ecosystem of the economy. So this digital financial services and inclusion relies mainly on three concepts. So we have the branchless banking, which means that we no longer obliged to have physical brick and mortar agency to transact and to do transactions. We have the digital financial services and the mobile financial services that we will define soon after. So the branchless banking, the branchless banking is the delivery of financial services outside conventional bank branches. Banking beyond branches uses agents, or other third-party intermediaries as the primary points of contact with customers, and relies on technologies such as card-reading points of sale terminals, mobile phones to transmit transaction details. Relying on existing technology infrastructure in the retail establishment has significant potential to lower the cost of delivery and reach of financially excluded households, which means for a bank to open a branch, it is costly. But if you use, for example, existing infrastructure like the telecom, like the mobile phone, we can really lower the cost for basic access of financial services. Sometimes we don't need to offer all the banking services. We need just to do open accounts, to do some cash in, some cash outs. So in spite of its name, banking beyond branches is not limited to bank services. It also includes an array of financial services provided by non-banks. Besides POS terminals and mobile phones, a wide variety of technologies can be used for banking beyond branches, including automated teller machines and near-field communications. So sometimes you will find that you can have some mobile ATMs that will go that will move. Okay? So that people can receive or retrieve money. Digital financial services. So the broad range of financial services accessed and delivered through digital channels, including payments, credit, saving, remittance, and insurance. The digital financial service concept includes mobile financial services. The DFS model usually employs agents and the networks of other third-party intermediaries to improve accessibility and lower the overall price delivery cost. Just we'll redefine it later, but this branchless banking digital financial service heavily rely on agents. Agents are people or companies that we'll define it later more in detail, that will do and travel and move in contact with the population where they are to offer them the basic financial services. On the other side, mobile financial services is the use, as its name says, is the use of mobile phone to access financial services and execute financial transactions. This includes both transactional services such as transferring funds to make mobile payments and non-transactional services such as viewing financial information. Mobile financial services include mobile banking, mobile payments, mobile money, mobile insurance, mobile credits, and mobile savings. So all these services are included in the mobile financial services. We talked about the concepts that enable the digital financial inclusion. We will talk now about the mobile money ecosystem as a pillar of this digital financial inclusion. There are some other pillars, okay, which are not our subject today, but one of the main pillars of financial inclusion on these countries is the mobile money. So we'll talk about the mobile money ecosystem and its main, let's say, typical structure. So in the mobile money service structure, so we'll find what we call the mobile money operator. And we have three types, okay? We have naturally the banks. We have the mobile network operator, which is the telcos, and non-financial institutions. Also, we'll have a bank account operator, which we'll define later. It's another role of the bank. We have the mobile money as a new type of accounts, and all the services that are linked to this mobile money, how it is delivered, the distribution network, the interoperability, and the regulations. So we go through and define all these kind of concepts just to have really a big picture about what's mobile money ecosystem is. So mobile money operators can be a bank that's issues mobile wallets, or an MNO. So MNO is a mobile network operator, which is the telcos. It's a company that's a government issued license to provide telecommunication, and services through mobile devices. An MNO is also known as a telco. So why they are interesting? Because they have very heavy experience in high volume usage, because they manage many clients, and also they have high volume or low value transactions, since they are providers of airtime. So prepaid telco, prepaid cash, it's a very huge amount of transactions that circulates on the network. So they are used to manage huge amounts of transactions and huge amounts of users. So and also they have a big outreach in the countries where they operate. So MNOs have been critical players in digital financial services. The other type of mobile money operators it's the non-bank financial institution. So it's an institution that is different from a bank, and that is allowed to provide certain financial services by virtue of regulatory framework in place, which means that central banks or the regulator of the country will issue a special license for some institutions that are non-banks to offer, let's say, limited financial services. So, and this really happens in situations when obtaining a full banking license is costly or burdensome. Non-bank financial institutions may enable providers to offer basic financial service to financially excluded. Okay, so this is what is genuine about mobile money, is that it gave the opportunity to some non-banking players to enter the market and have special licenses to operate on basic transaction service. The bank account operator. So we said that bank can be a mobile money operator, but in this case, in this case, it is not the hat of mobile money operator that we are talking about. It's the bank account operator, which means even this operator, the MNO, the non-bank operator, it will collect money. It will. There is money flowing through this the service offered, so it should be regulated, and what we call in our jargon, it should be regulated and stored or escrowed or regulated account in some sort, and it should be held in a bank, standard bank that will ensure and that this money is well managed. So this bank account operator, in many situations, even when the service is operated by non-bank, a regulated bank is used as a back-end provider to actually hold customer funds as a custody. These funds typically cannot be intermediated by the bank or the mobile money operator, and are also remote from the bankruptcy of the mobile money operator. Since mobile money, it's an e-money, and to secure it, it has regulations where it should be put escrowed in a bank account, and this money is by no means should be used in the banking daily operations. It is escrowed, so to avoid any problem with the availability of money. let's say about the star of the presentation, the mobile money. So mobile money is a type of electronic money that is transferred electronically using mobile networks and SIM-enabled devices, primarily mobile phones. The issuer of mobile money may, depending on local law and the business model, be an MNO, as I said, a financial institution, or another licensed third-party provider. So typically, mobile money is electronic money. Okay, that is held in special accounts to give the ability of transactions through mobile phones. Sorry. Service offering in the mobile money ecosystem. So we have the two basic ones. Okay. We have the cash in and the cash out. So it's the time when you put cash on the mobile money account, which is an operation of transforming cash on e-money. Okay. And the other service is when you retrieve cash from the mobile account, that we call it cash out. So this is the cash transactions. The other transactions are transactions that stays in the mobile money ecosystem. Okay, and we are talking about money transfers. Retail purchase, when you pay something, you go to the supermarkets and you pay something. Bill payments, when you pay your telecom bill or your utilities bill. Sorry. Welfare payments, other social services payments, pay tax, savings, its name is obvious, and remittances, which is money transfer outside the country. For service transactions classifications in the jargon of mobile money, we have business B2B, which is business to business payments, usually include those made between two companies engaged in commercial activities. Okay. This is what is interesting in the mobile money ecosystem. It's not covering only person or retail, as we say, retail transaction services, but it will cover and ease many types of transactions. So B2B, let's imagine that when the small shop near your house, you have a Coca-Cola company that will bring some Coca-Cola, and the small shop will pay it using the mobile money. Okay, so there is no cash in the transaction. We have B2G, so business to government payments include payment taxes and fees. B2P, business to person payments, includes salary payments. Okay. So in some countries, mainly in sub-Saharan Africa, so you have salaries can easily be sent in mobile wallet. We have government to business. Government to business payments include tax refunds, goods and services purchases and subsidized. Government to person, which is government to payments include disbursements of government benefits and salary payments, and also in these countries, all the for example, the COVID welfare, the money that the government sent to the poor population. Okay, it can be sent to mobile wallets. We have person-to-business payments include payments and the purchase of goods and services. This is a standard payment scenario. Person-to-government, when you pay your taxes. And person-to-person payments, which is the first service that started, which is money transfer, okay, between two persons. So if you have your child who is studying in another city and you want to send him money at 3 a.m., you can do easily with mobile. Let's talk now about this distribution network. And for me, I think this is the main thing that enabled mobile money to be a great success, which is the agents. This actor of the mobile money. We have been talking about the client, we have been customer, about the operator, the merchants, government, but the agents, which is the guy who, which is the third party acting on behalf of the bank or the financial institution or the e-money issuer. He is acting to deal directly with the customers under contractual agreements, which means that you'll have a guy that is like a Glovo guy that with his bicycle that we can go to a village, okay, and the mobile money operator will give contractually will give him the ability to act as in the name of the bank, open an account, do a cash in and do a cash out. This is really great, and this helped a lot mobile money to be ubiquitous. And this is not. It can be the local merchants near your house. It can be whoever this can do. We have the cash agents. It's a type of agent that only provides cash in, cash out services. So he is not allowed to open an account. Okay. And we have cash points. So cash points are all the points, either let's say where there is human interaction or not, where you can put money, do cash in or do cash out. For example, in Morocco, you can go with your wallet and do in any ATM, okay, and do a cash out. We call it cardless cash out, without a card. Just put your phone number, some codes, and you get the money from the ATM. So cash point is wherever you can, from wherever you can take money or put money also. All this services, these actors, is interesting, but it has many challenges and many risks. So, these challenges and risks are, let's say, well documented and well managed, well regulated. And there is what we call AML CFT regulations, which are the anti-money laundering and counter, I think, financial terrorism regulations, which are sets of processes that the operators are obliged to do to be able to avoid money laundering, fraud, and let's say wrong usage of funds. Okay, so each operator, whenever he will enroll a customer or will enroll an agent, okay, he will do what we call, and I hope you will remember it, know your customer measures. Know your customer measures, so which enters what we call due diligence, so that the bank or the operator makes sure that the person or the partner that they are working with is good, has good track, will not do wrong things, and he is what he says. What he says he is. So, and it uses to do due diligence. It uses what we call KYC measures. So it's a policies KYC. It's policies and procedures to identify customer and the motivations behind their financial activities. KYC is key component of AML safety. So KYC, when you go to a bank, okay. When you go to a bank and you give them your ID, you fill in a form, you say that you are living in this address. You bring sometimes you bring utilities receipt to prove that you are in this address. So all this is a KYC process. Okay, so there is a physical KYC process and detailed one, and there are some digital KYC processes. Okay, and each the KYC process, let's say it's a dynamic one. The more you know your customer, the more you will have trust. Okay? So if you only have name, surname, mobile phone, email, it's good. But if you have the ID, if you do see him, if you do compare the face, the face of the customer with the ID, and if you do certain procedures, you are sure that he is the one you are dealing with. So this KYC has certain rules that all the mobile money operators should respect. The third tool that is used to regulate and to avoid wrongdoing is the balance and transaction limits. So when I go to a bank and the bank needs to know me, and I give all the proofs, okay? I open a normal account, okay? We are building a relation. We can let's say, the more they know me, the more they will let me do some specific operations. In my bank, when I first opened my account, I was normal client. I could not, for example, do specific transactions, or they cannot let my account go beyond below certain limits. But the more they know me, they will allow some limits, transactions limits that are more interesting. It's the same thing. So the balance and the transactions limits are tools used to regulate and to avoid wrongdoing of the clients with the accounts. And finally, in this ecosystem and these actors that I just defined and this concept, there is one important concept, is the interoperability. Interoperability is enabling payment instruments belonging to a particular scheme or business to be used interoperated between other schemes or business models, which means that whenever, for example, you take your CH bank card and you go to Banque Populaire ATM, and you get money, you are doing an interoperable transaction because you have CH bank card product that we use in a delivery channel of another bank. The same concept exists in the mobile money, which means that if you have your wallet or mobile money accounts in an institution and you want to use it in the network or the ecosystem of another institution, okay, those institutions need to be interoperable, okay? And this interoperability, most of the time, is achieved via what we call a switch. So switch is a payment ecosystem platform that enables payments transactions to be routed from one payment system participant to another, whether within the same network or different network of schemes. Okay, so this switch, I will cite you an example. In Morocco, the Moroccan switch is a CMI, now CMI. Okay, now it's HPSS. On the world example, you have Visa and Mastercards are basically switches, because you can, when you have a Visa card from Bank A, you can use it in the network of Bank B that is connected to it. Okay, so the same parallel can be done on the mobile money ecosystem. Let's go back to our AUI cash wallet. Maybe the AUI community knows the cash wallets, but just a quick description for the audience, because I will do some, you will see the parallel. To be quick for the audience, when you first enroll in the university, you will get a physical card. I hope it's always the case, physical ID card, and all this also serves as store value for money. So you will put first day you enter university, you will do a cash-in on that card that you'll be using inside the campus for paying the restaurant and the shop. Okay. In the first day, so you do a cash-in, and you can do a cash-in multiple times. And when you are leaving, the university will do a cash-out for the remaining balance. So this concept makes the university first a cashless community. Okay, so a total cashless community, and it has all the ingredients of the mobile money. To resume mobile money service access and activities, we have the mobile money core system. This is one of our products that we are using, selling. Okay, the core system of the mobile money will manage. We will have the MNO activities. So MMO transactions, which is, let's say, take an example of telco. So convert cash to e-money. So whenever in their agents you do cash in, it will convert to e-money. Do commission payments, do administration, agent creation, customer management, and all the administrative tasks. We have the customer activities transactions. Okay, so a customer will do a registration, cash in, cash out, send money, peer-to-peer transfers, send vouchers, account top up, okay, which is to put money on the account from other sources than cash. He can buy airtime, bill payments, tax payments, pay merchants, pay online merchants, bulk payments, and bank transfers. Okay, it's a really long multiple set of transactions. We have the two other actors. It's an importance. We have the merchant activities. Okay, as we see here, a merchant. It's like a customer, but what he can do, he can accept transactions. Okay, it's transactions acceptance. Okay, and in his space or his application or whatever tool that the mobile money operator will give him, he can manage his balance, see reports, and do some administrative tasks. The other one that I like very much is the agent's activities. So an agent can do customer registration. So it's a tool to attract new clients for the operator, and do cash in, cash out. This is the main activities. And we can find some non-customer activities. It's non-customer, non-clients of the bank or telco that we can do a cash in a wallet, do a cash out, or eventually for some operators do a cash to cash. Okay, so just quick parallel with the AUI cash wallet. So the MMO is the mobile money operator is the university. Okay, and the customer is the AUI community. I suppose you have a website where you can check your balance and do top up and all that stuff. The agent is the business office, and the merchant is the restaurant or the shop. And the regulator, which we'll find here, which is the business reports that's our regulatory and financial to check if everything is okay. The regulator is, I suppose, there is the audit department of the university. So this is the cash wallet in the AI is very, very similar to the mobile money concept. Okay. And when we are using this cash wallet, you are using electronic money. The only what we call the cash wallet in AUI, it is a closed loop wallet, which means it is not interoperable. It can work only inside AUI. You cannot use it You cannot use it outside the. Sorry, thank you. You cannot use it outside the university. And when the wallet is interoperable, we call it open loop wallet. So to be able to create this ecosystem, okay, there has to be some changes in the legal side of the legal side, the laws. So the regulators, for example, before mobile money, the law obliged strict KYC for the banks to open an account. So the regulator eased this constraints for you to be able to do some financial transactions. So just quickly, we can I will go through 2 slides quickly, and we can have our Q&A session. So quickly, we have in the wallet system, we have 3 types of fund management, which is fund loading, which is how to put money inside the ecosystem. So you have cash in, you have wallet to wallet, you have a top up via bank transfer, other kind of usage. You have the funds usage, so all the ways that can be used to pay, to do a cash out, to top up, prepare, to do payments. And we have the funds management, which is the tools, applications that will enable you to manage your wallet and enable the mobile money operator to manage all the funds. Typical transaction flow, just to maybe to have a better idea. This is a transaction flow of transfer, money transfer from peer to peer. You go to an agent, you give him money to send to your child on another city that will get it from the other side. So subscriber, okay. First the agent deposits cash into the mobile money service bank account to buy e-money. So the agent, what he will do, he will buy e-money. He will put 100 dirham in his account, okay. So that he can transact, okay. When a client comes, subscriber of the service comes, he will give him, for example, 50 dirhams, okay, to send to another party. What he will do, so as we said, agent deposits cash into MS Bank account to buy e-money. The sender deposits cash with the agent, so he will give him 50 dirhams, which means that we will take from the agent e-money balance 50 dirhams, okay, that we will send to the other agents, okay, and the other agent will increase his balance, okay, by 50 dirhams, and the other agents will give the money to the receiver. So here it is. So subscriber A account goes to accounts X, which is the agent 1, okay, and on the other side, the other agent will give money to the receiver, and his balance, e-money balance, will increase. So this is a typical transaction flow that helped that expresses how typical transaction goes in the mobile money service. We can have our session. Do you have any questions?
Yes, so thank you first for this first part of the talk. It was really rich. And yes, so mobile money and everything is it's a really great solution because in an era where everything needs to happen in a matter of seconds, this allows for for operations to take place on the spot. So that really fits into the era that we're living in. So we're gonna take the first question from Dr. Huda. She's asking about the legal challenges that we face during the implementation of such services.
Well, first of all, in each country, it depends on the politics of, let's say, the strategy of the regulator. Okay, this is money, and money is regulated by the central banks. We have many examples that are applied, but we see two trends. Okay. Maybe I have a slide for that later, but maybe it's better to talk about it right now. We see two trends. Trend that's let's say the regulator says, let the market let this thing works, and we will regulate later, because this is what happened in Kenya. Okay, and the M-Pesa became a huge success. And the regulation came later on. Okay, and what is regulation? It's how the money is flowing, how you open accounts. Are these accounts active? How is there any fraud tools installed? Is there any audits installed? Does the KYC respect all the procedures and all that stuff? And many time the countries, the laws of the countries are not flexible enough to let this kind of services start. So before opening this kind of businesses, and here we are talking about the case of Morocco. The case of Morocco is that Bank al-Maghrib, which is the central bank, had to change the law, had to allow how to regulate and say, if you want to open a wallet, how it should be and how it should operate. Okay, so legislation regulations needs to be, and for most of the time it is how we call frein for the development of the business, but it takes time, it changes, and when it's done, the business goes. Okay.
Okay.
I will maybe, if we have time, if you want to, in the next part, we will have talk more in details of some examples, mainly the M-Pesa and Moroccan.
Okay, thank you so much. So the next question is also from Dr. Huda, and she's asking about the penetration rate of mobile payments in Morocco.
Well, in Morocco, really the first mobile payment solutions came to production in 2018. Okay, there was a small push in on that year. But since the Moroccan experience, let's say, it's a collaborative one. It's all the actors sat on the table and decided to push and to make this happen. So it is taking time that all the actors knows how to work. Okay, it's the Moroccan wallet. It's an interoperable wallet from the beginning, which is not the case of the other wallets in Africa.
Okay.
It's taking time, and we hope COVID accelerated the thing a little bit. It helped put some new regulations. For example, in the last year, Bank al-Maghrib and CNDP, which is agency responsible of personal information security, they eased a little bit the account opening, so that you can now, and you just saw it like 2-3 weeks ago, you have some solutions that you can open an account, a banking account or wallet account, totally online using using technology tools, using electronic KYC. Okay, so this is for example an example where the regulations laws had to be changed to be able to push some new developments.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. We have a third question from if you want to take it. That is asking about the hash algorithm that was used to transfer money from mobile to mobile. So this is a technical question here.
No, each platform uses its hash. It's not standardized. What we do is that we use some cryptography. It's not only hashing. Be sure hashing is not only let's say cryptographic tool used to ensure security. But what we do is that we have very high security standards, and we are audited many times on security level. But just to be, it's not hashing, only hashing. There's also some asymmetric cryptography in there.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. I have a quick question, if you may. So you mentioned the example of AUI Cash Wallet. And AUI Illumina, when I first enrolled in AUI, I did not really accept the concept, to be honest, because coming from an environment where everything is a cash flow, everything is paid by cash, so I did not really accept the concept that there is no cash. It's a cashless environment, as you mentioned. It took me time to get used to that, especially that I did my bachelor's somewhere else, and then I joined AUI for the master's. It was a shift. So I was wondering if you faced such a problem with the population in Morocco, which means, if I may call it the financial literacy, because it's kind of a literacy, but yeah, I'm wondering if you really faced that and how you overcome this challenge.
Thank you for your question. It's really to the point, and yes, you find this. Just don't confuse me. We are not operators. We are technology providers to our clients. So okay. It's a problem. It's a problem of our clients. It's not our problem. But I can give you my as. I lost the word in English. So yes, there is a literacy issue on that, and there is a change management on that. To have a mobile money ecosystem, it's not only you having the wallet, also you have mulhanouts having the wallet. Okay, and mulhanouts, I can convince you to have a wallet, but to convince mulhanout to have a wallet and to let him, because what is not said by the regulators is that this is another way to make the informal financial system more formal, more transparent. Okay, so the small merchants, some other businesses don't want transparency. Okay. So the regulator did some actions. So there is what we call free period, which it's of 5 years, where these transactions, okay, will not be scrutinized, will not be by the states for taxes and all that stuff, and also to push the users. The regulator, the states, and the operators all are doing efforts to educate the population on how to use it, how to use mobile money, and why it is important to use it. And just like last month, we have you can check in the Bank Al Maghrib website. Okay. They have a big campaign of video tutorials that explains how to use the mobile wallet system. And also, I remember when Wafa Cash launched its wallet, it had a whole plan of vulgarizing, of explaining what it is and how to use it. And also there are some applications just for tutorials, okay? But I think this is not sufficient. What will be really great is when the user find that it is useful and he will gain money or something. They will know it. Since our parents are using WhatsApp, you can imagine that they can. Everybody can use wallets.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we may move.
Okay, I will try to. How much time we have left?
I'm not sure, but I mean, you can take the time that you need.
Okay. So I will try. In any case, I will try to be quick. We have. So this is some. This is some statistics. Okay, mobile money in 2019. What's interesting? I will check. So we have like 57% digital transactions. Before, now, let's say mobile money in 2010 was a revolution. Okay, now it's an established system. It's more we are in evolutionary process. It's not. So when it was started, the main service was the cash in, cash out, the transfer, money transfer. Okay, so the ecosystem didn't kept a lot of money inside the ecosystem. You see, when for example, I send you money and you use this money that I send you to pay a bill in the ecosystem, this money doesn't go out of the ecosystem. Okay, but when I send you money and you do a cash out, it goes out from the ecosystem. So in 2019, it's the first time that, let's say, the digital transactions that left money inside the ecosystem exceeded the cash transactions of cash in, cash out. Okay, which is a threshold, an interesting threshold. Also, here what I can say is that sub-Saharan African is the most the region with the most numbers of subscribers. This is the slide that I like and I want you to see. Is that in countries, especially sub-Saharan and even in Morocco, okay? Check, you have 6 per 100,000 adults. You have 6 banks, 13 ATMs, okay? You can imagine if you have your card, it's almost useless. But you have 340 mobile money agents. This gives you a picture how mobile money really shortened the distance between the clients and the financial service. It's really brought the financial service to the client, and no longer the client is looking for financial services. And this is a huge. It's more like it's more than it's almost 30 times just between the mobile agents and the ATMs. So financial service accessibility really increased with the mobile money system. This is another statistic, and here you can see, as I said, digital transactions make up the majority of mobile money, which means we have cash in $8 billion, okay? We have $13 billion circulating inside the ecosystem, just peer-to-peer bill payments. And we have almost 8 billion cash outs. This gives you an idea that this mobile money is now going to another level of services. just quickly to make to understand that how the mobile money ecosystem grows or is set up, okay? And the experiences are not the same in each country, okay? So we have three types of let's say business models. We have what we call the MNO-led business model, which means it's the mobile, the telco operator that is taking the lead and launching its wallet and making the business, and the banking system is following, or the other actors. Okay. So with this MNO-led, like M-Pesa, we have quick customer adoption because the telco has huge amounts of clients in its base. Scale of operation and reach. Telcos are everywhere. Okay. But it's a monopoly, okay? And limited financial services, still it's not a bank. And it's not, so you can only have limited banking service. You cannot, for example, have credits. You cannot have insurance, all that stuff, okay? You have the banking or the bank-led model, okay? Where it's the bank that is issuing wallets. You have slow customer adoption because you need to be to have a bank account, okay? Small scale of operation and reach, not the business of the bank, and it's closed garden, okay? And you have the third one, which is the trend, and this is what Morocco chose as model. The third party led. It's the operators, okay, or the regulators that are leading the adoption of the mobile money, are as project managers, as I said, okay, they are coordinating and putting the system. It's as I will go to the question of Huda. It's difficult to start up, okay, because of and you have this neutrality effect. And it's, which is good, agnostic to MNOs and banks. And also this is the trend that is led because all the parties are included in the decision making on which direction the ecosystem will go. So let's talk about M-Pesa. M-Pesa is not only a success, it's a super success. It's a huge success. It's for a long time, it was the only success in this experience of mobile money. It's really a game-changing experience. So let's talk about the background of Kenya. Kenya before 2007. Okay, 2007. It's the year of launch of M-Pesa. So Kenya is a low-income country with a small and bank-dominated financial sector. So the entry point to the financial system for retail customers is through the banking system. So most customers typically demand only basic services, such as paying for goods and services and the basic money transfer. So before that, imagine Kenya is big, okay? They have small financial sector, few banks, few branches, and if you want to open an account, you had to have a good salary. You have to prove that you can you deserve this account, and so the KYC process was difficult. That led to almost 10% of bankarized population. Okay, this is the background of this is what we call financial exclusion. Okay. A huge chunk of the population was excluded from the financial sector. Okay, so in 2007, the M-Pesa mobile money service was launched in Kenya by Safaricom, okay, jointly owned by Vodafone and the government of Kenya. People might think that in Kenya it's the telecom-led this experience, but it was really a political decision where the government of Kenya said, just you are telecom, maybe you are agile, do it, okay? And let's say after, and this is what happened. So in just over 2 years, M-Pesa has amassed more than 7 million subscribers, 16% of Kenya population. Just imagine in 2 years. So, and during the first quarter of 2020, last year, number of active registered mobile money subscriptions, it was 29 million, while the country has just over 2,000 mobile money agents. With more than three quarters are of M-Pesa agents. Just to know, they have 99% of mobile subscribers, wallet subscribers. They are a huge success in Kenya. So how it works? Sender types in phone number of recipients amount to be sent and the PIN. He receives the PIN. Okay. Account is checked for sufficient funds. Transactions performed. Okay. Sender notified of completion and new balance. Money sent immediately to recipients. Recipient notified of money received. Type in outlet number, amount to withdraw, and PIN. Recipient receive cash and notification of new balance. Very quick, simple service. This is why it was a huge success. So the transaction volume steadily increased from 2017 to 2020, eventually reaching 12 billion transactions in financial year of ending. It's a huge numbers. Key success factors: it's simple, safe, and transparent. You saw the transaction the flow is simple. You can use it via USSD. You can use it via SMS. You are not obliged to have a smartphone, and everybody can use it. You have low cost for transfers. You have a large cash in, cash out network. Agents, always agents. See for how many agents they have. And you have smart branding and promotion. So registration is quick and simple. Customer receives secure PIN number and prices for transfer are clearly displayed as agents. So M-Pesa is managed by the telecom provider. They already know their clients. Okay, they can quickly set up mobile money accounts for them. Okay, and also they are cheap. So M-Pesa is 26 cheaper than post office. Okay, and 68 cheaper than a bus company, because in Africa bus companies also do transfers. Customers can cash in and cash out at more than 173,000 agents outlets nationwide, more than 100 times the number of bank branches in Kenya. Just to do a comparison. Agents are trained, closely monitored, and motivated by commissions. So we are talking about the success factors of M-Pesa. And really strong and heavy promotion, strong brand and heavy promotion of M-Pesa in urban and rural remittance also have contributed to service population. And M-Pesa started to the difference with Morocco, where we are starting with all the services. M-Pesa started mainly only with money transfer, but now they have all the services. Just to understand how financial inclusion can really increase the living standards of population. In one rural area, income from remittances increased by 30% since M-Pesa. Okay. And in the same area, 1/5 of the unbanked used M-Pesa to safely store small savings, which means no longer they are using the M-Pesa for money transfer or pay bills, but they are using it for saving money, which is really interesting. So quickly, we'll go to the Moroccan mobile money experience. You see this logo, it's a new logo, okay? It's called Maroc Pay, okay? And this is the new, let's say, the business the business brand of the mobile money in Morocco. And
Mr.
to be, yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but can we take a question now before moving to the Moroccan mobile money experience? Can we take a question, or do you prefer to leave it until the end?
Whatever, we can ask Mr. Kevin Smith, whatever.
Yes, exactly. It was Mr. Kevin Smith question. So he's asking if you have a comparison of the Moroccan experience with mobile cash with, for example, the Egyptian experience.
Okay, so Mr. Kevin Smith, let me just describe the Moroccan experience, and then I will go through quickly about the Egyptian one, just to do comparison. They are similar, but with some small differences.
Okay.
So in Morocco, we have just to know. In 2010, we had already experience of wallet. So Maroc Telecom launched a wallet which was called MobiCash, okay, in partnership with two banks. We go back to the question of Huda, is that in 2010, the legislation did not allow Maroc Telecom to issue or to be able to open wallets without strong partnership with banks. And the law was not there. And at 2010, to open this wallet, you had to go to Maroc Telecom, sign a contract with Maroc Telecom, and go to one of the banks, open and do your KYC, do your know your customer process with that bank, okay? Sign a contract with the bank and go back to Maroc Telecom to activate the account. It was a really difficult process that nobody wanted to do. I personally didn't want to do it. Okay, and it was not a success because the law did not allow the easy opening of the account, onboarding of the clients. Okay, but still there was even Medi Telecom launched its mobile Meditel Cash by 2013. Okay, it was closed loop, as I said. So if you had MobiCash, you can do only services in the MobiCash network, and the same thing for Meditel Cash. So it was not interoperable. You cannot send money from MobiCash to Meditel Cash. They existed, but let's say as not heavily used, or almost not used services. Okay. But in 2016, Central Bank passed the new banking law, so to increase the financial inclusion of low income and unbanked segments by bringing in other players. So this is the first step toward the mobile payments ecosystem in Morocco. By the way, in Morocco, we never use mobile money. We use mobile payments, either mobile payments or mobile wallet. Okay. Which is the equivalent of compte de paiement. We'll talk about it later. So in 2017, Central Bank clearly defined the actors of new ecosystem and how they will operate. Okay. And 2018 launch of first wallet in Morocco, interoperable. This is the main difference, is that it is from day one interoperable wallets. Okay. 2020, CNDP in partnership with Central Bank is the client onboarding for account opening by allowing biometric, video, and OCR technologies for full eKYC. Okay, so now you can open an account in many banks just in your house. Okay, and this is really good. In 2021, launch of the official national mobile payment scheme called Maroc Pay, the logo that you just saw. The Moroccan approach to building the ecosystem is a collaborative one, which means the central bank sat with the telecom regulator, l'ANRT, the banks and MNOs, and said and decided between them how the mobile system, how the mobile money ecosystem will be built, and how it should interoperate. Also, it is a global approach. So the building of the ecosystem anticipated and designed all the MFS services that exist worldwide. It aims to provide a complete mobile payment ecosystem from launch, involving consumers, merchants, corporations, and governments. So this is also the difference. They did not start. Wanted to start small. We, as the system, we cover all the services, and that's it. This is true. There are some other services. We are not yet on the micro loans, on the insurance, mobile insurance, but as mobile money service, all of them are there. And B2B are included in the system because let's say that in Morocco, the issue, the objective of using this kind of ecosystem is not only banking the underbanked, okay? It's also making formal the informal, okay? And removing cash from the more you remove cash, I don't remember a number, but I think maybe was me will confirm it, is that the cash management costs Morocco, like, I'm not sure if I can confirm later, 0.77 points of GDP of GDP yearly. To manage cash, to manage its security, its storage, its recycling, its transport, all this costs a lot, okay? Plus the fact that the informal sector stores a lot of cash, okay? So the objective of Morocco are a little bit different than the sub-Saharan countries, which are mostly just serving the non-banked population. So Morocco integrated in the process of making the ecosystem, the business and what we call the FMCG, which is fast-moving consumer goods companies like Coca-Cola, like Danone, like these corporations that distributes goods, and other businesses in the deflection, so that when a driver of Coca-Cola goes to small shop, the transaction of delivering Coca-Cola, getting paid, ideally, and in very near future, it will be cashless. It will be through the mobile money ecosystem, and this is a huge gain for the ecosystem. Okay. So Central Bank created a new license. So in 2016, it created a new license for a new kind of institutions called Établissement de Paiement. So what it did, it says, you know what, whenever you will do business with money, you need to have a license, okay? And so this kind of mobile money business, Central Bank, what said, either you are a bank and you will issue only an application, a wallet application that can be used inside the mobile money ecosystem or mobile payments ecosystem. And this wallet will work on your bank account. And if you are not a bank, you are obliged to get a license, which is called as Établissement de Paiement. It's like what I said, mobile financial institution, okay? A non-bank mobile financial institution. And what this Établissement de Paiement, as I told you, there is no mobile money account in Morocco. What we call this Établissement de Paiement will let you open what we call compte de paiement, payment accounts or wallet accounts, as you said. And this compte de paiement, it's like a bank account. It has a RIB, which is 24 numbers ID. Okay, but it has some specifics. It can never be negative. It can never have a negative balance. Okay, and it can never exceed 20,000 dirhams. Okay, so this is the characteristic of compte payment. Okay, and you cannot have a checkbook on it. So these institutions will be able to open accounts using an agent network with a lighter KYC than the bank KYC. Okay, and this lighter KYC will be dynamic. So the more the KYC is heavier or detailed, the more this account de paiement or this wallet account will have other characteristics. So it defined three levels of this account. You have the level 1 account, which is a very light KYC based on mobile phone, 200 dirhams, which means this account, when you open it, you download an app, you put your mobile phone number, you receive an OTP, an SMS code, okay, and you have an account, and this account cannot exceed 200,000 dirhams, 2,000 dirhams, sorry, 200 dirhams, which is very small, but it can allow you to pay some bills and to do some transactions. But because the KYC is very light, we don't know yet. Okay. The second level is 5,000 dirhams limit in the balance of the account. But in this case, you need to do a distant KYC, which means you will download the app. You will put your name, your phone number, your email, your national ID. You take a picture of yourself. You take a picture of your IDs, and you send them to the operator. And there is somebody in the back office that will check the information that you put, will call you to make sure that what you send is correct, and activate your account. At that time, you using only distant KYC. You are able to open a 5,000 max limit in the balance account. And if you do a physical KYC, which means you go personally to the agents and give your ID, okay, you can open a 20,000 limit accounts. So this is the compte paiement and dynamic KYC, okay, which are new concepts that were introduced by law. Huda. So this is an example on how the laws change to be able to ease the process of building up the ecosystem. Also, the Moroccan wallet is interoperable by construction, which means all interoperability prerequisites were ready from day one, which means the switch, okay, the switch that will be able to route transaction from établissement de paie, from actor or établissement de paiement 1 to établissement de paiement 2, and do the transaction. It will manage the routing, and it will manage what we call reconciliation, which means at the end of the day, it will make sure that each party has the funds that transited between them. Okay. By numbers, I think around now there is 19 financial institutions connected to the switch, 11 banks, I think, and eight établissements de paiement. Okay. We have all the services operated, peer-to-peer, P2G, P2B, all these services are already active. We have the QR payments, okay, and agents and ATM cash outs, agents and card cash ins, okay. And there is an estimated 1.5 million wallets activated in the country. This is it. I think I finished. Thank you for
Thank you.
with me.
Thank you so much, Mr. For this presentation. It was really interesting. It was really rich, to be honest, with all this information. And thank you also for sharing with us the experience of your own company that's active in digital banking, mobile money, and so on. I think we were gonna take Dr. Kevin's question.
Yes.
So he was actually asking about the comparison between the Moroccan experience and the Egyptian one.
Let's say that the Egyptian one was it's more similar to the Kenyan one. It's not similar to the Moroccan one. They opened the network, okay, in Egypt, which is called, by the way, Fawri, okay. Fawri, it's an operator of mobile money operator, which is the most successful. But there is not only Fawri there, okay. Interoperability is not yet there, but financial inclusion was really successful in Egypt since I was there. Everybody uses the Fawri network as the M-Pesa. But now I heard that they are building up the interoperability, okay, but they are building up the interoperability. In comparison to Morocco, as I said, has more of collaborative experience, which makes it difficult to start, because whenever they want something, for example, there is an issue here in Morocco. For example, they don't want. They say every wallet holder should have the same access wherever he goes. Okay. So if I am a telco, for example, I have USSD. Okay. Normally USSD for the telco clients will be free. Okay. But the other clients of the banks that they don't have USSD, they are saying no, you should treat all the customers the same. Don't give special advantages because you have the network. And the same thing goes to the bank, which means the bank has the ATM. They will not make ATM free transactions for their clients and pay ATM pay transactions for the telco clients. So there are some discussions and it's taking time to solve some issues. But globally, interoperability is here, and we hope by this year or maximum next year that it will be successful. But in Egypt, it's really also, I heard that in the beginning it was a government push. Whenever the government push, there's success of the experience, but you have monopoly. So in Egypt, you have Fawri and other networks that are taking the lead, and some other wallets are not able to enter the market easily. I hope I replied to the question.
Well, thank you.
I got confirmation. The cash management costs Morocco 0.07 points on the development index.
Okay.
Which is a huge.
Yeah, significant.
I want to really to use this to say hello to Mr. Kevin Smith. I hope everything is good. Next time I finally come to see you.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you a
much.
lot. I hope it was interesting. I'm quite surprised of it was a little bit long. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's because it was really rich, and you were really generous to share with us all the knowledge that you have. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And thank you for all the attendees. I hope you enjoyed our talk. I mean, it was really enjoyable. And I don't know, Mr. Faisal, if you would like to say some closing notes.
I want to thank you all. Really, really, I am happy to participate. I did not. We have some other subjects in it. I did not have time to talk about it. Maybe in another time, I will take the occasion to share it with you. And I'm really honored, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And I would like to thank the organizing committee again. You did a great job in organizing this webinar. And our dear attendees, wait for us for our next webinar. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it as much as you enjoyed this one. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend. Bye.